So afraid to sleep at night, you won't get away. It's time for me to let it out. I refuse to run and hide. I must let it out. Refuse to run and hide. All the weight is lifted off my shoulders. I will not hold this in any longer. I know you thought that it would kill me, but it has only made me stronger.
Hello, everybody.
Hello,
Welcome
hello,
to Let
hello,
It
hello.
Out. I am your host, Toboshes Rochester, and I'm here with my co-host,
Raphael Jones.
Yes. And we are on Plug Studio Network. And you know how I like to be all up in your business. Tonight, tonight's topic is about LGBTQ lifestyle.
Yes.
Plus, yes. So, if you've, been through, rejection after, you came out about your sexuality, don't hesitate to call in 302-312-3534. Because, it's an interesting topic tonight. So let's share
Very,
this.
very much interesting.
Please,
yes.
let's share this tonight. Also, if you have any indie music videos, please don't hesitate to submit them to plugstudionetwork.com. So, how was your weekend?
Great. Had an awesome audition this weekend, so it did great. We started working on voiceovers and working on commercials and getting stuff going. So that's what that's about.
Awesome.
So we're doing our thing now. So I'm pumped about that.
Good. Mine was okay too. It was a really wonderful weekend. I had a blessing weekend. Like I just kept meeting people, and it wasn't by mistake. Things happen for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when you get the right people in that area, you just there for a reason.
Okay. Yes. So you guys, we're going to talk about this. It needs to be talked about.
Right.
Don't be afraid to let it out, because I want to hear what you've been through and what you're still dealing with at this point in time. So do you know of anybody who's afraid to let it out on that point of view?
Oh, it's a lot. There's a lot of people. We just went through a situation where a young man came out to his fam, and it was like they kind of suspected, but couldn't push it. So yeah. He came out, and it was like, okay, but I'm not gonna lie, I thought he already did, but they said no, he just told us today. I'm like,
oh,
wow, okay. It's like one of those things you sit there and go, all right, you didn't see that?
I remember a couple shows that we had where we had a young man or a young lady coming out saying that they were,
right,
afraid, their family didn't accept them because, what they were, and you are who you are, and that's what you want to do. That's you.
Yeah, that's you.
You're accepted with me, Toboshes. So just know that, okay? Ain't none of that, I remember years back, I had a friend of mine. She told me, about her situation, her sexuality. And at first I was like clinching to the door. I moved to the door, and she's like, "Don't worry about it. I won't, I'm not gonna come at you like that." I was like, oh, "Okay, but she's still a good friend of mine. I see her now and then. She works in Wilmington. Hello, girl, and you know who I'm talking about. She did what she did. That's her. And I told her, you're still my friend at the end of the day.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter, so.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, I understand, some people hide that, I remember I watched a program where this lady was changing her whole identity every time she left her house.
Right.
She would look one way when she left, and then came back looking like, you know what I mean? Like she would
Yeah.
be out of the house changing something else.
Right,
And when she
right,
came
right,
back
right.
home, she was dressed as she left that morning. She would
Okay,
change her whole
right.
concept about
Just
who
so
she
they
was.
wouldn't see
The realness of her.
I
Yeah,
understand it.
yeah. That's, but don't be afraid of, of your sexuality.
Never,
Never.
because that's a part of who you are, and
Yeah.
and a part of your happiness. You
Yes,
gotta,
exactly.
you can't
Be
disguise
you.
who you are.
Be you. Be you.
Be-
no matter what's going on in your
If
life.
they don't like them,
Oh well. Oh well. Say
that's
la-
somebody. That's somebody you don't have to worry about.
Yes. Say la vie. Okay.
Right.
Oh well. You know what I mean? But LGBTQ. I know, like I said, I know some people, who are afraid to let it out about their
Right,
sexuality,
right.
and
Hey, hey Harris, how you
hey,
doing?
welcome,
Good evening.
welcome,
I need
welcome.
you to call in. I need you to call in. That's real right there.
Yes, please call in. Don't hesitate. We need to hear from you. And so when they changed their sexuality, some family members didn't accept them for who they were at that point in time.
Yes,
but
that's
you can't do
Kenyatta
that.
Jones. She said yes, absolutely, because I was judged. Yeah, I understand that, babe.
That's
That's my
crazy.
niece. Hey, mama, how you tonight?
Good evening, everybody.
Here we
There's
go.
our caller.
Here we go. Here we go.
Ooh. Welcome to Let It Out. I'm your host, Tobocious Rochester, and
Raphael Jones.
welcome. Who are we speaking with tonight?
Good evening. This is Dr. Danny Harris.
Hey, Harris.
Hello.
How you, fam?
How you doing?
I am good.
Good. So what would you like tonight to let it out about?
Well, I guess the first thing I would like, please excuse my daughter. She is 4 and she's in the background just doing her thing. And she is being a 4-year-old, so I apologize for the noise. I am trying to get her to detach from daddy and go in her room, but she won't do it. So,
Oh, okay.
So she watches her tablet like in stories and won't be quiet. So
Okay.
anyway, the first thing I would like to let it out about is how it's very interesting how I was born intersex, and I look at people when they represent the LGBTQ, and it hardly ever has the I in there.
Right.
I'm okay with the I not being there. Why? Because most of us,
Yes.
most intersex people, don't feel like we belong anywhere. We
Right.
definitely don't feel like we belong with the cisgendered. We don't feel like we belong with the LGBT because we just get placed wherever people feel.
Right.
Most people don't even know what the I is. So
Right.
it's very difficult, and I'm an advocate for intersex people because I was born this way, and believe it or not, we do exist, but people don't realize how much we exist.
Right.
Because a lot of people can live in a stealth lifestyle without no one ever knowing unless you get their bedroom. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
So
it's,
true.
that's
Yeah.
just the way it is.
That is.
But
that
the
is.
being yourself, one of the hardest things for me as far as being intersex was first finding out later in life that I was intersex. I already knew something was different, but I didn't know exactly what it was as far as genetically because I had to go through a whole bunch of testing, which I didn't do until later in life.
Right.
Once that came out, and I was like, oh, okay, this all makes sense now. Once I did all of that, then it was like, oh, I'm okay with to be comfortable being myself. But even in that, it is now a process because now your whole entire life and all the people in your life have
Yes.
to transition with you. The easiest people for me was my family because they already knew something was different about me.
Right.
My mom knew I was born intersex, but she died when I was 17. We never really had that conversation. My dad had no idea
Right.
what was going on in my life, and no one else really did. So the person that had all the answers for my life died at a young age, and before she died, I was in the foster care system, so we didn't have conversations about it.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I got you.
Wow.
Come on, go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you.
So yeah, it can be. It can be real hard. And people not understanding of what they need to do or what they should be,
Right.
as far as friends wise, it makes people want to feel stupid for no reason because they respond to you the wrong way.
Exactly.
You did?
Absolutely.
So
Not only
true.
that, it's just you have to. The process is number one.
Right.
You got to fall in love with yourself.
Exactly.
Bam.
Whatever that
Number one
self
word.
looks like,
Yes.
you have to
Yes,
say,
yes.
I love me because I was
Yes.
born perfect.
Exactly.
And regardless of our human flaws and our shortcomings, you were still born perfect.
Yes.
That's
Uniquely different in whichever way that is,
Mm-hmm.
whether you're transgender, whether you're gay, lesbian, straight, it doesn't matter. You were born in the image that is different than any other image ever to be created, ever to be discovered on earth, now or after you're gone.
Right.
So to understand that and to embrace that is self-love. Once you've gotten to that self-love part, now guess what? You have a sense, an aura about yourself that says, you ain't got to like me, but you will respect me.
Exactly.
Once you get to that place, guess what? Most people are going to respect you. I've never had a problem being intersex. I've never had a problem with, being myself,
right?
And just living my life, because it's not about what you agree with. It's about what I agree with.
Exactly.
If I love me and I respect me, guess what? You have no other option but to respect me.
So true.
Exactly.
There's two things that's happening. I'm going to draw those people to me that's going to love me genuinely, because I love me genuinely. So when you learn how to bring that same type of energy, you're not going to have issues.
Right.
But what stops us is the subliminal messages that we have planted in our brains, or has been planted in our brains, that hold us back. Like, oh, this person's not going to accept me because of this part of me.
Right.
Or this is not going to happen because of this part of me.
Right.
When we start to attach those negative condemnations and tones and undertones into our lives, then no one else will. Everybody will see that part.
Exactly.
Because that's the part that's shining the loudest, because that's the part that your subliminal is screaming out. And that's the energy that you're calling to you.
Right.
So it's like, yo, you're either going to like me, love me, hate me, or whatever. It doesn't matter to me. It's just a matter of, yo, I live my truth, and I will always walk in my truth. And that integrity is going to demand respect, regardless of what you believe.
Yes.
But one thing I know about intersex people is intersex people are the bridge for the LGBT community.
Right.
Why are we the bridge?
Yes.
Because most people who want to condemn homosexuality, what's the first thing they bring up? The church, right? The first thing they bring up is God didn't make you that way, right?
That's
guess
true.
what? God did make me this way. I was born this way.
Yes.
You gotta let them know. You gotta let them know.
And so some of the people that I break through the most is church folk, because once they realize, oh man, you weren't born this way. If I was born this way, you just said God created me, right?
Right.
So if God created me, and God created me to be intersex, or for some people that's part of the hermaphrodite family, or so that means that there was no mistake there.
Yes.
It was a story there.
Yes.
It was a path there that's not supposed to mirror anybody else's. But once I recognize what that story and path is, and I'm comfortable with it, guess what? I was still born this way. I didn't change a thing.
Right.
I'm 100% natural.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I tell people that all the time.
Yeah.
So I get inboxes all the time. How long you been on hormones? How long you been in? And I'm like, never. Not a day in my life have I stuck a needle in me. I don't have to. This is how I was born.
Yes.
So I am actually embracing me, and I'm just allowing the world to discover me. That's it. That's all. So for all the years that I was shaving my facial hair and taking the hair off my body and stuff like that, I was trying to fit in to what was on my birth certificate. So my birth certificate people, which is New York, said, "Oh, our bad. We sorry." It changed my birth certificate.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I didn't have to go through the normal process that people have to go through to get that stuff changed. No. Once my doctor sent the paperwork to New York, they were like, "Oh, our bad." Again, it was nothing that wasn't known. It was just something that I had to determine as I got older. Which I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
God knows I'm grateful. My mother did not let these people hack me up, do surgeries, put me on hormones at a young age, because that's what happens to most intersex people. But for whatever reason, my mother never did that. So I'm able to absolutely walk in my authenticity today.
That's the truth. That is the true situation, man. I'm telling you.
Yes.
I'm so I'm so happy you called, fam.
Yes.
You know I be checking you out. Hey, check it out. Where can people find you? And
you can find me on honestly, the best way to find me right now is I'm pushing my life coaching, which is the Metamorphosis, the metamorphosisdoctor.com. www.themetamorphosisdr.com. The Metamorphosis Doctor. You can also find me on Danny L. Harris on Facebook. The Metamorphosis Doctor. Well, or you can go to my Facebook, because my link tree is attached to my Facebook profile, and you can go to my link tree, and the link tree has every single, obviously everything that you could find me on. So from YouTube to everything else. So the best place to find me is on Facebook, right there on Facebook.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Do me a favor, though. Can you explain the intersex to the viewers who doesn't know?
Sure. No, not a problem. So intersex is part of the hermaphrodite family. We're in the umbrella of hermaphrodite. So if you don't know what a hermaphrodite is, that is when a person is born with both sex organs.
Yes.
And sometimes both one does not work inoperable, or sometimes one does not work, and sometimes they both work.
Right.
Depending on how you are, that's hermaphrodite. The reason why intersex is different than that is because you usually have one that resembles the quote-unquote opposite of what you were born.
Okay.
Or it's so many different variations of that. So without being graphic or anything like that, it's like you can have undescending testicles for an example,
Okay.
where they just never fell for whatever reason. Week 7 and everybody's okay. So men and women are born biologically the same,
Yes.
and during week 7, the Y in the XY chromosome, which is the male chromosome, triggers. When that Y triggers, it tells the body for the head of the female's pleasure point. It tells that thing or clitoris to grow out, which is now becomes the penis of a man.
Right.
What would be considered ovaries for a woman is undescending testicles for a man. So during week 7 in the mother's womb, those fall into the sac or the lips of a female. So that's why I say it's identical parts. It's just what happens during week 7 in the womb.
Right.
For intersex people, sometimes that Y, for me, my Y never triggered.
Okay.
So the fault, things happened genetically that happened, which shows that I was born both, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So there were some things that went to the default and some things that grew abnormal. And because of that, again, I grew up knowing something very different about me, very different. I was a late bloomer in life. Because of it, I was very embarrassed because it just didn't seem normal. Things just didn't seem right or whatever. So there's many different ways that people are intersex. You can have a female, whole complete female body and yet still be XY chromosome. You could be, or vice versa. You could be male-bodied with a micro penis, like it never continued growing like it was supposed to, and be intersex. So it's many different variations. So you can find out genetically what you are, what your chromosome makeup is, and then your body tells you the rest of the story. So it really depends. And then, of course, you have sexuality that comes into play as you get older.
Right.
So there's so many different layers to being intersex. But being intersex is basically where we are the epitome of both male and female. We are truly the eunuchs of the Bible. We're the Enochs of the Bible, where I like to believe that we are blessed people because just like angels, they're sexless, and so is intersex. So, we're fluid.
Yeah.
We're fluid in sex. And then, of course, when you get to talk to intersex people, you find out more about what their path is or what they identify as and things like that. So I identify with what I was born, XY chromosome. I am male. Everything is lined up as male. So I was male, but I was raised as a girl. And so when I went through puberty, imagine growing a beard in high school.
Oh.
Wow.
And you like, and you like, okay, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And nobody else in the class that had the F1 man birth certificate got a full beard and mustache. How do you deal with that as a kid?
Yeah.
Mind you, I went through puberty in the group home. So I was nothing but a number. I was a paycheck.
Right.
And I didn't go to the doctor. I didn't know what a freaking doctor was. I was like, well, I ain't going to that. I ain't going to no doctor.
Right.
So I mean, seriously, I was grown when an ex-girlfriend took me to the doctor.
Okay.
Wow.
Real grown. And I was like, I'm not going. I mean, she was just like, I made you an appointment, you go. And it was a blessing in disguise because, again, they put me onto the path of my truth and the understanding that my life absolutely made sense. It didn't make sense before that.
That's what's up.
All
That's what's up.
All right.
Man,
Ooh.
I'm telling you,
Yes.
Dr. Harris, I'm happy.
I'm so glad you called in tonight.
I'm so glad you called. And I really thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure to educate people because I think that is the only way for people to learn.
Yes.
That no matter what the differences is, we are all, we all have a story to tell.
Yes.
And we all have a path to live. And until you embrace your truth, you will never be free.
That's
it
true.
is not about
so true.
People think about you. It's not about what people judge you to be. Number one, none of us is our past. I don't care what past you have. That's not you. You define yourself each morning that you wake up. You discover your moment. In the moment is where you are. Because if you're doing anything like worrying about yesterday and worrying about tomorrow, you're not living. You're absolutely just merely existing. To live is to stay in the moment. And in this moment, I define who I am, how I want to be, and how I want to respond, and how I want to live.
Yes.
I only have this moment. That's when I'm truly living.
Yes.
So until we get that, we will never be able to be accepting of other people and their differences. It's when you accept your differences, your own personal, way of being, that you can absolutely roll over and accept people's differences in all walks of life without issue, whether it's race, social, economic class, but with education, it doesn't matter. But you will so comfortable in your skin.
Yes.
There's no time to worry about anybody else's path.
So true.
Other than support.
Yes.
Hey, what can I do to support your way, your path? Do you love yourself? We keep screaming about love, but yet most people don't even know what self-love looks like.
Yes.
So how can you then give it if you don't know how to receive it from yourself?
Exactly.
Did you hear that? Say that again.
That
Can you
so
repeat
true.
that? Can you repeat that so they can hear you?
How can we? A lot of people look for love, but how can we receive something that we can't even give ourselves? We can't even tap in and get from ourselves.
Yes.
Self-love means
Yes.
that I'm not where I want to be, but I'm going to where I want to get to, but I'm going to do that in this moment. Self-love is saying, I don't like the fact that I seem to lie to all of my friends and family when I don't have to because I can't accept myself. I refuse to lie to myself anymore, so I will now become honest with everyone else around me because I'm going to be honest with myself. Self-love is looking in the mirror and saying, there's some things I don't like about me, but guess what? I'm the only one who can control that, so I will change that to be a better version of myself. Self-love means that I will no longer stay stagnant in the situation that I know I'm better than.
Yes.
Self-love means I won't stay in a relationship longer than I have to because I love myself enough to do better because I know better. Self-love means never ever settle in your life. I don't care what it is. Self-love is like, I'm going to go jump off this bridge. You know why? Because God said he got me. So if I don't trust that, then how can I trust anything else in this life? But I would rather trust man than God? No. Self-love is saying, I know God is telling me to quit this job and go start this business, but I'm scared. You know what? Self-love, I'm going to let fear be behind me so I can go ahead and live my truest life and my best life, because the only way to get there is to get on the other side of fear. Self-love means I'm able to look in the mirror and say, I'm not perfect, but guess what? I'm striving to be better today than I was yesterday.
Yes.
That's self-love.
Yes.
Stop letting people define who you are, where you're going to be, and how you're going to get there. That's wrong. I don't care who you are. Guess what? You have an internal GPS called the Holy Spirit. You can call it sixth sense. You can call it your gut feelings. I don't care what you name it. All right? I call it my sixth sense or my first mind. But that thing that's in you, that people seem to think that you're not screaming in tongues you don't have, that's erroneous information as well.
Yes.
Everybody has a spirit because of duality beings. So when you learn to listen to that inner intuition, that gut, that sixth sense, guess what? You're listening to the mind of God. You're listening to the spirit that came with you, that is your GPS to guide you through this thing we call life. So stop asking people for things when you can just sit still and get the answers from within. You already have the answers for your life. Nobody else can hand them to you.
Yes.
That's what I do with the metamorphosis doctor. My job is I don't have your answers, but I can show you how to find them. And so I can turn you into yourself, and I can help you tap in, learn how to meditate, learn how to absolutely listen to the spirit, listen to the first mind. Stop saying I should have went with my first mind, I should have went with my gut feeling. You don't have to do that. Stop turning those red flags into yellow and green signs when they're not. You know what I mean? You got billboards sitting in front of you, you still going through them.
Yeah.
It's like saying, like, God, I see this brick wall, but I'm going to drive through it anyway. But I'm not going to hurt myself. It's foolish to think that way. We have to learn to love ourselves enough to say no more. No more. I'm going to live my best life because that's what I was born with, the birthright to live my best life. And my best life doesn't necessarily mean it's attached to anything outside of me. That's the catch. It ain't money. It's not your car. It's not your house. I'm going to tell you what true success is. Waking up every day saying I never have a bad day anymore. Waking up and saying I'm in love with everything that I have. I'm grateful for everything that I have today. And while I'm grateful, guess what? I will be blessed tenfold over. Understanding self-love is to say that, I don't have to have a lot outside of me because I have everything that I need. When you get to that place, guess what? You're going to be blessed beyond measure. Things will be added onto you because you know what to do with the living that you have. That's understanding true love. It's not saying I gotta have a car that looks better than yours, a house that looks better than yours, or this, that, a boo that looks better than yours. No, it's about you. Do I love me? I don't have to change a thing on me, but I'm accepting of myself. That's self-love, and I'm not going to allow you or anybody else to abuse that. That's when you really know. When you fall in love with yourself, your life is on a different path that I cannot describe. The Harris household have no bad days. We don't have bad days because we recognize what that means. In this moment, all is well. All is well in this moment. You know what I mean? If you remember that, you'll always stay in the moment. I have had a very challenging week, but I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful for all of it. What does it do? Stretch you.
Yes.
It stretches you. It makes you better. It makes
Yes,
you brighter.
it does.
It makes you be able to appreciate a little bit more things. So, yeah, there's some things that have not gone the way that I wanted them this week, but guess what? It's all good, because you know why? All things is working out for my better good anyway.
Right.
At the end of the day, I'm going to smile about it anyway.
That's
At
right.
the end of the day, everything that I'm asking for will be added into my plate, because I know that.
Okay.
And once you know that, and you walk in that, nothing bothers you.
That's
Just keep
right.
on trucking.
Yep.
Like, we don't lose sleep around these parts. I don't miss deals. No, God, thank God. It's all about understanding the pendulum of emotions and staying right in that middle. That's it.
That's
Love yourself,
what it
man.
is.
I can't express that enough, man. The problem with our life and our society is a lack of self-love. Because once you have that, man, you are so rich in so
Yes.
many different things.
Yes.
And you're rich with respecting one another. And that's what we need. We need people to respect each other. We need people to love each other regardless
Yes.
of what you look like on the outside, regardless
Right.
of your skin color, your socioeconomic class, what you drive. Just love somebody. You know why? Because they just are part of the same energy you come from. That's just
true.
knowing, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just loving
yes.
somebody for being your brother and your sister. Because we are all from the same energy ball. We're all from the same creator. And because of that, that's enough for me to respect you.
Yes.
And to love myself. And if I love myself, I'm going to love you too anyway. That's just a perk of loving yourself. You're going
Right.
to absolutely love everybody around you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And just
Yes.
you want to see the best. You want to see people win.
Yes.
And I mean win
Yes.
big.
Right.
Yo, do you.
Mhm.
Do you. And then when you're doing you and you're so busy with your path and your goal, you have less time to worry, to gossip, and to worry about what everybody else is doing.
That
So
is
true.
There's no time for it. You can't look left and right.
So true.
You can't.
Living your
You
life.
can't,
Yep.
you can't do it. You can't do it. You're so busy with your head down in your books, right?
Yes.
How you gonna read somebody else's book? You can't.
Right.
Without stretching your neck to go look over somebody else's shoulder, right? So
Right.
when you stay in your lane and you understand what your purpose and your path is, you're so busy trying to work that, you ain't got time for nothing else. And guess what? You
Exactly.
get rid of a lot of negative toxins
That
in
is
your
true.
life.
Ooh-wee.
You start to shed toxics. You know, you start to become like a snake, man. It's time to
What?
shed that old skin.
Oh my
Right.
goodness.
Step
Right.
into your new skin.
Right.
You know, again, so much to be grateful for. My whole entire family has had COVID, and we've all made it through. You know what I'm saying? So I have
Yes.
so much to be grateful for, so
Yes.
much to just praise God about. And I do that each and every day by just waking up happy. That's enough.
Yes.
You ain't got to open up your mouth to praise. You just got to
Okay.
be happy.
Right.
Okay.
Dr. Harris,
Oh.
I'm telling you hitting everybody up with some real good
Yes,
stuff, man.
yes,
You
yes,
gotta
yes.
tell them one more again where to find you.
Yes.
'Cause we
Yeah,
got-
so it's gonna be the metamorph, and I'm gonna actually put it in the on you guys thing if that's okay.
That's fine.
Fine.
I
That's
will type it
absolutely
in.
fine.
Okay,
You
appreciate
can also
that.
find me on Facebook at Danny L Harris.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm going to say,
There you go. There. So you can always find me on my website and also on Facebook right here. If you guys is on Facebook.
Okay.
If you find me on Facebook, you can just go to Danny L Harris. Or is it Doctor? It is Doctor.
Okay.
man, I'm gonna thank you
L.
so much, man.
Harris.
You are amazing.
I'm letting you know that my
Yes.
wife and I are coming down your way, so we're gonna be coming down to the ATL. So we're gonna be looking for you. So,
Well, you know what? I am actually relocating.
oh,
I am actually
stop.
moving.
Yeah.
I am moving to the side. I'm moving to Chicago.
Okay. Well, we're
Yes.
coming down that way, though. We'll let you know, though, when we're in there.
Absolutely, no doubt. It was such a pleasure being here. Thank you guys
Thank you.
for having
Sure.
me.
Thank you, man. Thank
Oh
you
my
so much.
goodness.
All right. Y'all have a great evening.
You
All right,
do
man.
the
Bless
same.
up.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
goodness. I hope you guys were listening. And the caller who was calling in, please call back. We need to hear from you. Please return. Please
Send your
call back
Please
again.
Call back.
Because this is a good topic tonight. And
See,
Woo.
Dr. Harris is fan. I'm
Okay.
telling you,
Okay.
he is definitely a fan.
Okay.
I followed a lot of stuff that he was doing before and a lot
Okay.
of his shows and everything. And
yes.
yeah, he's definitely a fan. He's great.
Okay.
And I knew that he was going to put it in there. And I thank you so much again. Thank you, thank you,
Ooh.
thank you.
Man, I love the energy from he's amazing. Okay, so you guys please hit him up. Please do that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This was amazing, and we need to have more people like this calling in tonight.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to be you.
Never be afraid to be you.
Never be afraid to be you.
Mm.
Oh my goodness, you got that took my that made me excited right there,
Right.
just to hear the
His
positive
story.
words,
Yeah.
the positiveness.
Because
And
you'll
that's what
never
we
hear a
need.
lot of positiveness
No,
behind it. You hear
you
a lot of
don't.
people who want to down it
Yeah.
and everything. Dr. Hurst is 100% positive,
goodness.
highly educated,
Yes.
very on the
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
on it definitely. Yeah.
Yes. So the person that was calling in, please call in again. We need to hear from you tonight. We need to share this tonight because we don't talk about this enough.
Yeah.
So he got me like on his high. On his high right now.
Right.
Because those are words we need to hear tonight from everybody, what you're feeling inside. And, let me know your story, what you've been dealing with, as LGBTQ.
Yeah.
The rejections and, what have you. And, dealing with that day to day. Don't be afraid to do that. Do you... do you have any other friends who, are living this? I mean, I do, and they're afraid to.
I do
call.
musical theater, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you, it's a lot. It's a lot. Some of them don't even want to come out while they're even on stage. Like you'll see someone who's like that leading man.
Yeah.
But living the life outside of it, but don't want to show everybody. So
Yeah.
things like that does come out, and it's it's like it's a real strong situation to a lot of them.
Yeah.
Because although they're living that life,
Yes.
they won't come out on stage like to say that that's how they live.
Yeah.
So when you behind the scenes and doing these shows,
Yes.
you'll find out a whole lot.
Yes.
And you get to understand them. And yes, like Dr. Hurst just said, they
Living a lie.
living a lie.
Yes,
right.
yes.
They will come out and be something one way, and then if you was to approach them later on, like they'll carry like, no, I'm not gay enough and this and the other. But this is what it is.
Right. Yeah.
This is what it is.
Yeah.
So they live it.
Yes. And Pierce stated, you all know us. Yes. Yes. They're like, there's nothing different about them. You know what I mean? They are the same person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Loving, and and they give you advice, you know what I'm saying? Like I know a lot of people give me advice, you know what I mean? And I love them just for who you are. So don't change for who you are, cuz that's what I love about you.
Never.
The way I met you is the way I want you to stay.
Exactly.
Don't change. What time are we at here?
We at the halfway.
Okay, you guys, we're going to go to a video. We're going to go to New Chain by Messiah, and we'll be right back.
King Money. Money.
I just bought the new chain and it's heavy, nigga. New chain, new chain, new chain, new chain, new chain, new chain, new chain. Jula called me, told me that is ready, nigga. New chain, new chain, new chain, new chain, new chain, new chain, new chain. I just bought the new chain and it's heavy, nigga. And my jeweler called me, told me that my shit is ready, nigga. Ain't nobody stepping to me, ain't nobody press me, nigga. I just bought the new chain and my chain is really heavy, nigga. I just bought the new chain, heavy, heavy, new chain, heavy, heavy, new chain. Big things, rah. New chain, heavy, heavy, new chain, heavy, heavy, new chain. Big things, rah. Ain't no ballow nigga like me, rockin' a chain that ring like me. Wantin' a cut in the size, wantin' a fuck in the minds, wantin' a drip in the ice. Looking in the mirror, I think I look just like 2 Chainz. All my niggas icy, so they callin' us the cool gang. Who lame? I just bought some new frame. Bitches couldn't recognize me, so they call me Bruce Wayne. Sire drippin' jewelry, tryna ride this new way. Spend about a few K's on a brand new layer. Form a photo, got the print out. How my jeweler going, send out magazine, just put my shit out. Nigga jelly, got the head up, got security on deck. All these diamonds all in my neck. Bitches calling me Serena, tennis necklace in my chest. Niggas treasuring me like a chest. I just bought the new chain and it's heavy, nigga. And my jeweler called me, told me that my shit is ready, nigga. Ain't nobody stepping to me, ain't nobody press me, nigga. I just bought the new chain and my chain is really heavy, nigga. I just bought the new chain, heavy, heavy, new chain, heavy, heavy, new chain. Big things, rah. New chain, heavy, heavy, new chain, heavy, heavy, new chain. Big things,
King Money. I just bought a new chain, this a Cuban link. neck on froze, my wrist on sink. Cold little bitch, go grab my mink. Custom made, no shit you seen. Tell me what's wrong with some of these bitches. Heard they mad cause they ain't me. Soon as I came through with that drip, I turned that girl to a skating rink. I should be up in Paris, showing my ass with all of these carrots. Ain't no veggies, but I get cabbage, pesto, mayo, bread and more lettuce. About to run this shit like the sheriff, make sure all my juice is coherent. All my chains on bust down, no fake shit, no catfish. Expensive bitch, they know my name. All go chains like Trinidad James. I'm ballin' the champion, I'm calling my jewelry like when my rings. Cool motherfucking my name. They know the gang and they know the lane. They know when to pull up with my juice on shine. They gon' have to turn the other way. Money.
I just bought a new chain and it's heavy, nigga. And my jeweler called me, told me that my shit is ready, nigga. Ain't nobody stepping to me, ain't nobody press me, nigga. I just bought a new chain and my chain is really heavy, nigga. I just bought a new chain, heavy, heavy, new chain, heavy, heavy, new chain. Big thing, rah. New chain, heavy, heavy, new chain, heavy, heavy, new chain. Big thing, rah.
Right. Hello.
Okay, welcome back to Let It Out. I'm your host, Toboshes Rochester, and I'm here with my co-host,
Raphael Jones.
Yes, you guys, and we're on Plug Studio Network. Okay, tonight's topic is about living the LGBTQ lifestyle plus. You know, also I've noticed, and I've heard, that when you come out, you lose your job. Family don't want to be surrounded with you any longer. You lose your job, your house, whatever, because of you coming out, to tell about your sexuality. Right. So sometimes, is it best to keep it hidden, or is it best to just let it out?
Yeah, sometimes people, if you're just tuning in and you missed a great beginning with Dr. Harris, who is intersex.
Yes.
So now, he explained the difference between intersex, and we're gonna have to let you know that there is a difference between intersex and transgender. So a lot of people don't know, but it is a huge difference because one is born with, the other one is transcending into. I can't even get it out, but it's trying to transgender into transition. There it is. Thank you. Transition into. So there are people who live their life as a female who were born male, but they already knew who they were. Within their heart, within their soul, they knew who they were. Right. So you allow them to be who they are. Yes. There is no right or wrong way of living your life. As long as you live in your life, you're right. Just live your life.
Yes, let it out.
Live the best life that you can because you only get one.
Exactly.
And so try to live the best way that you can. If this is what you feel, you live it. Yes. If this is how you are, you do it. Yes. So just what it is.
And if you want to call in and tell us, about your life, the acceptance and the people not want to be around you and what have you, whatever, you want to let it out. Don't hesitate to call in 302-312-3534. And the person that was calling, please call back. We need to hear from you. Right. I feel as though you really wanted to talk about something.
Right. So please call.
Don't wait. Just call back, okay?
And anyone that is viewing, please definitely call in if
share
you have
this
something.
Tonight. It's a
because it is strong.
Topic.
This is a strong night, and I love this already.
Yes. So, it was just on my mind to talk about because, I'm out every day and I look around, and some of them don't want to be like, they'll try to hide, don't hide, and that's why I wanted to do the show because, you're hiding your sexuality. Be you. No matter what, you're still loved by somebody, If not me, somebody, I love you no matter who you are. If that's what you want to be, that's just what you want to be. Right. Okay. Here we go. welcome to Let It Out. And who are we speaking with tonight? Hello.
Hello. Yes. Kenyatta, you gotta mute your background.
Mute your
TV.
mute your background, huh, so we can hear you.
Hello.
Yes.
You gotta mute your background so we can hear you. Now we can hear you.
Okay, go
for it.
ahead. And who are we speaking with tonight?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, this Kenyatta.
Hey, Kenyatta, how are
Hi.
you?
Welcome to Let It Out. So what you want to let it out about?
Kenyatta? Hello? I don't know.
We
Is she
can't
still
hear her.
there?
Is she still there? Call us back.
Make sure you call back. Mute your background. Mute your background because it's not on the same time then. You
Yeah.
have to mute your background and listen directly to what we're talking to you about.
Yeah. So while we're waiting on our caller, this is a powerful subject, like I said. And I'm so glad that the doctor called in tonight.
Yes.
Give us a point of view.
Yes. I'm going to applaud that again. Thank you.
Yes. And we need more calls like that tonight, to bring it out. And, whatever you're feeling inside, don't hesitate to bring that out of you, because, sometimes, it's your time for you to do so.
Yeah.
Because
a lot of people, they live their lives and they realize
wanna hide it.
something's
Don't hide
not
it. Yeah.
something's not right within, but they trying to force what they have
Yeah.
out, another way. And you can't force something that you actually feel. You have to live it. You have to live your life. First, and just like Dr. Harris said, you gotta love yourself.
Yes, first.
Love
First
yourself
and
first
foremost.
because no one else is gonna love you better than you.
Exactly.
And so
It's so
you
true,
got to
so
do
true,
it.
So true.
You must love yourself first. Let it be known. Let it come out. Let it be what it is. Because you must be able to love you.
Yes.
And then the more you love you, the more people will accept and love you. They have no other choice but to accept and love you. So you gotta love yourself.
Right.
But a lot of people do it, and they're really scared. They're really scared to come out. They think that it's wrong. They grew up in the church saying that everything's wrong, like Dr. Harris said,
Yes.
and it's not true. It's not wrong. It's just the way you are and who you feel and how you feel. Don't ever believe that. Don't let nobody shame you back into the closet and scare you. You are who you are because that's who you are. That's who God made you to be.
Yes.
That's who you are. Just be who you are.
Yes, because what's going to happen is you're going to be a wreck
Mm.
by trying to hide it so
True.
long
True.
within. You know what I mean? And it's going to hurt you because you're holding it in.
Right.
You can't do that. You got to let it out somehow. You know what I mean? Have a meeting. A family meeting. Look, we need to talk.
Mm.
We need to have a discussion. I want to talk to you guys about something. That's how you started off. And then go from there. And you just give it to them. And if they don't feel as though they don't want to accept it,
Right.
okay, fine. Now I know where to go from here. You know
got
what I mean? Yeah. So
You got to. You got to. I mean, you have to. You have to know where you want to go with your life,
yes.
and you must actually know that if you step out on positive with you, positive stuff come back to you.
It will.
So you gotta step out on that, and if you show enough about it, be about it.
Yes.
Be
yes.
about it.
Yes.
It's not. You have a lot of people who are homophobe, and that is true. Sometimes it can scare people.
It can.
But if you're living who you are, that can't scare you. And it won't scare you. I mean, you have people that, you call yourself a different name altogether
Yeah.
because you're living the life that you want to live.
Yes.
But yet everybody else still want to call you what you was born with and kind of disrespect you a little bit, make you feel a little off. Recognize that that's not the person that you have to deal with.
Right. Yeah.
You know who you are. You know what you're about.
Yeah. I'm in my trueness.
Right.
I'm in my newness. Did you hear that? I'm in my newness.
Mhm.
And if you can accept that,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have a problem with it.
yeah.
Well, we just want to communicate, you know. So you got to be who you are, like I said, you
Right.
know, and even though it's gonna hurt, even though it's gonna hurt, you have to do this. The doctor stated those. What do you say?
Most
Those
vocal about
vocal to
someone else sexualities is the
Struggle.
struggling with their own sexuality. Uh,
Proven
and
fact.
proven fact. Yeah, that's true. A lot of them who really goes against
Yeah.
who you are afraid to come out of who they really are. So they don't even love themselves yet. So they're not even. So they're just trying to push you back
Yeah.
because they can't live that way, and that's true. Yeah, yeah.
So true. Oh my goodness.
Can you say yes? Because I have
I have 6
different
different personalities.
with
These two sides. Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
Wow.
You need to call in.
Yeah, you need to
Yeah,
call
you
back
need to
in
call- you need to
and
call back
make
in.
sure
Yeah,
and make
call
sure
back
you
in.
mute your
Yes.
background this time
Yeah.
and just
We
listen
need hear
to us
from-
on the phone.
Yeah, we need to hear from you tonight. You know, like I said, this is a powerful conversation topic where we need to share this because it's okay to be you.
It is definitely.
It's okay to be you.
Hey, D
Yes.
Nancy, how you feeling,
Hello,
man?
welcome to Let It Out, D Nasty. Yeah, come on with this. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, those
a-
who
it's a
those who
whole
live
lot-
those who live their lives
Yeah.
the right way or live their lives
Yeah.
to the best of them.
yes,
You see the most happiest, joyful people. They're doing their thing. They're happy about what they're
Yes.
doing. Yeah, it's not even a situation where you have to worry about someone
oh,
else.
here's our caller.
Here we go.
Welcome to Let It Out. Who are we speaking with tonight?
Yes, this Kenyatta calling back. I'm sorry I cut off.
It's okay. It's okay. So, Kenyatta, what do you want to let it out tonight about?
Yeah, because like I said, dealing with these 2 sides that I deal with, I mean, personally myself, is like 6 different names
Yes.
that I go by. So dealing with them 6 different names that I go by, you may never know what person that you're getting. One of these person might be nice, the next one I might be nasty, but I'm all the same person.
Right.
Right. But you've been
So-
living. How long you been living it? Like living your life?
Since I was in middle school,
Okay.
at first when I was in middle school, I didn't even want to tell nobody. They say, you had those experiences when you one of the kids and you want to play house and all that other type of stuff. I did that.
Right.
So as it kept progressing, every time when we want to go play house or something, I'm like, no, you could be the female and I'm going to be the guy.
Right.
Then as I got into high school, it was I want to be a dominatrix. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen the different sides in myself that I was like, oh no, I'm not about to be confused because ain't nobody gonna tell me I'm confused.
Right.
Right.
And even before my godmother passed, she's like, what can y'all two females do together? What do you mean?
Right.
What was you doing in the bed with that man that had us 3 kids?
Right.
You know, so
Yes.
it just made me be more aware and have my eyes open.
Yes.
And then, having children of my own, I explained to them, you know what I'm saying, what was the difference and
Yes.
what I was going through and what's not going to change about me.
Right.
And they still accept me regardless 100%.
That's awesome.
My oldest daughter, she played with me one day talking about, Ma, I know you're not looking at my body. I said, girl, you forgot I changed you?
Exactly.
You forgot that you built like me and your grandmother. Don't play with me, girl. I don't want you. You ain't got nothing that I want. You ain't petite like I like them. And your butt ain't bigger than mine. And you ain't bigger than me.
I can't. Now, did it take your family a long time to accept your sexuality?
Some of them.
Okay.
A few,
Okay.
but not too many.
Okay.
Yes. Kind of find out, I didn't even know that my mother was going through stuff like that.
Wow.
She told me that she went through her little phase when she was incarcerated.
Oh,
But to
okay.
her, it was just a stage.
Okay.
Now, to me, this is my life, so I had to explain to her,
Right.
it's not a phase for me.
Right.
Because I can drop a guy at a drop of a dime and don't tell.
Right.
And then I can drop the female as well.
Right.
But I had to make a decision, like, if I'm to deal with one or the other, who would I prefer to be with? Yeah, I prefer to be with a guy. However, like I told him, I'm still going to have my female tendencies.
Right.
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 So if he can't get with a program of me just having that one woman to come around and be in my life and not try to be in the midst of her,
Right.
then it's fine. You know what I'm saying? But if he want to be all that, no. Been there, done that, it don't work.
So do you?
And that's how it works with me as me being a bisexual female.
Oh, okay.
Right,
I was
okay.
just
Because
going to
I'm
ask you
greedy
that.
and I'm selfish.
I was just
I'm
going to ask you that.
selfish.
Do you consider yourself bi or pan? Like, yeah, you said bi, so okay.
I'm 100% bisexual.
Oh, okay.
I like both sex.
Okay.
Okay. You want to answer?
Oh,
And I don't feel like I should be ashamed of none of that.
you
Exactly.
really should. You really should.
Anybody that's living any type of lifestyle, however you prefer to have your lifestyle or want your lifestyle to be, or whatever the case may be, never hide it. Never,
Exactly.
leave it out. Don't hide it, because at the end of the day, all it's going to do is hurt you.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
It's going to hurt you mentally
Yes.
and emotionally
Mm-hmm.
to the point you're going to go down a black hole that you ain't even going to be able to find yourself out of.
Right.
Right.
And I've been to that point
You got to be happy
where
with
so
who
I
you
was
are.
ready to commit suicide.
Oh.
And I was like, no, I'm not about to do this to myself because I
Right.
love myself.
Exactly.
Always love you
Yeah.
first. Always love you first. If they can't deal with it,
Oh well.
that's not who you got to deal with.
You're being the true you, yourself. You know.
So
Yeah.
you doing your
Exactly.
thing. You doing your thing, and I'm proud of you. So you continue to do what you have to do.
Right.
Yes. Thank you for allowing me to share.
Sure.
That's all right, sweetie. Thank you for
I
calling.
appreciate you calling in tonight. Oh.
You're
man.
welcome. Thank you for having me.
All right.
Sure. Oh, you man.
Yeah.
Trueness and realness.
When you
Some
true
people
to
don't like the
yourself,
realness.
When you true to yourself, you have no other way but to show you. And it's facts.
Yeah.
It's all, like Dr. Hunter says, it's facts. It's all of it's like real. When you true to yourself,
Yes.
yeah, it comes out. You're gonna live in your own positiveness,
Yes. So
and it's
true.
gonna be there for you. And you're gonna find that there's a lot of people that you're gonna help
Yes.
by living your
Along.
life.
Yeah.
Because some of them are afraid to live their life, even including their families or church members or whatever. You think that you got to live that way
Yeah.
because you're in church. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Be you. Don't change for
God said,
anybody.
"Come as you are."
You are who you are.
God said, "Come as you are. Come as you are." You don't. He's not. He didn't turn you away.
Exactly.
My thing is, I hate when people sit there and talk religion about
You shouldn't.
the lifestyle you
Yeah.
live.
You shouldn't.
Should never,
That's the word.
never, ever be a part of religion whatsoever, because everybody lives their life the right way.
Yes.
By according to what God made you to be. If God didn't kill you from birth, then why is everybody else ridiculing you? Why is everybody else trying to kill who you are? Don't allow that. Always live you and love who you are. That's what Dr. Harris said
Within.
earlier. Love
Within.
you.
It starts within.
It definitely start within. Make sure
Yes.
you love you, because
And defend you.
yeah,
Yeah.
make
So
sure.
much.
Yeah, you got to make sure that you strong in your convictions and what you do.
Yes.
You got to be only strong within you. You can't. Nobody else can be strong for you. Don't look for the acceptance of everybody. Stop looking for that, because it's not there. It's not them who has to accept it. It's you that have to accept what you are and who you are.
Right.
There's nobody else can do it but you. Nobody else is living that life but you. Nothing that anyone eat can make you shit. So you gotta do what you gotta do for you. Yeah.
So yes, that's what it is right there. It's written for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That's a definite.
It's written for you already. You know, and we can't judge people.
Right.
You know, and we have that a lot. You know, today it has been happening for many, many years. You know, in the 60s, it all started. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
60s, 50s, what
People
have you.
started coming
It's been
out,
happening
right.
many, many years ago. And, you know, when it's time to let it out, just let it out. Hey, be you. Hey, don't hold nothing in. You know, if they don't like it, so be it. Okay? Then I know I can't be around you. I'm going to still be me, regardless.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's true.
Yeah. And what the doctor stated, love is
Love is a well that comes within.
Mm-hmm.
If you look for it outside of yourself,
yes.
and the well runs dry, you're going to die. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're going to die
So true.
of thirst. That is
Yes,
true.
so true.
That is true.
So
That is true.
true.
You must look within first, and that's just what that is. You must be in love with the person that you are within. Love that person. Because I'm going to tell you, I had a lot of things against myself that I thought, not living the
Yeah.
lifestyle number, but
Yeah.
I had that thing where I hated certain things about me, but I had to realize that certain things that I hated about me, other people loved about me.
Yeah.
So what did I do was I had to start understanding me.
Yeah.
And it made me understand me and love me a little
Exactly,
more to the point
exactly.
where I said, all right, I see what I'm doing.
Yes.
I see what it is that's different.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and you're going to be different. It's just who you are.
Yeah.
All of us are different.
Exactly.
She's a female. I'm a male.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
I mean, look at everything to be just different.
Yes.
It is. And Peach said,
Without the light of the world, will be dry.
"No, without the LGBTQ,
Oh, without the LGBTQ, the world would be dry. Yeah.
we need
keep the art.
Yeah,
Yeah. Honey,
yeah.
it's said right there. It's said right there. Yes. Yes. Another day topic. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh
this
my
is
goodness.
this is something though. This is a strong topic because a lot of people don't know that they actually think that they're alone.
You're not.
A lot of people think that
You're
they
not.
are alone.
Yeah, you're not. And Peach stated.
What's that?
The motto is
My motto is "fuck you" if you don't respect my community. Exactly. If you can't respect me,
be you.
Exactly. Yeah.
What's my word? It starts with in,
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
It
it
starts
does.
within. You know,
So
be
you got-
you. Don't care about what people think.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
Live live your trueness.
Just like I said in the
Live your
beginning,
trueness.
you the only one that has to appreciate and love who you are. No one else has to do
Exactly.
it. Just you.
Yep. I love this topic tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome.
Like I said, I was feeling this way, and I was looking around, and I was like, why are they hiding themselves?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Be you.
Mm-hmm.
The pants. I already knew what you was when I saw you. You're like hiding yourself. Don't do that. Okay, I see with a female. Okay, that's you.
And I
Don't
definitely
hide
have to,
yourself.
And I definitely have
You're
to
looking
say
around,
this.
and they're looking around to see if anybody is looking.
Right.
Hell with them.
And I have to say this. I need everybody to understand the ignorance in this, all right? All because your friend, someone else, or whatever, if they're living that life, that don't mean that if you're heterosexual that they want to do you. Stop thinking that they're looking at you like they want you. Make sure that you know that they're probably not even their type. So it doesn't even matter. So let them live their life the right way and stop sitting there judging them in any kind of way. So you got to let it be.
Yeah.
You just got to. Because they don't want you. Or because they gay don't mean they want you.
Right.
Not everybody wants you. That's just what it is.
Yeah, we have a lot of those who, have that like, oh my God, you want me? Oh no, I can't trust.
Right.
Oh no, I can't be in the same car with you. I gotta get out. And the Kieta stated, the more you don't care about what another thinks, the more of peace you will be and happy.
Exactly. That's true. Stop worrying about everybody else. Live you. And Peach said, I'm sorry.
What is it? I don't hide. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't hide.
That's
And
the
the public
exclamation points
gotta
on the
deal
end.
with me. Yes.
Exclamation points on the end made me look at something different. I couldn't see. My eyes just went blurry.
We blind. We blind. I ain't gonna lie to you. We blind. I'm sorry. We seeing citizens over here. So we try to see the best way we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, like I said, you know, your realness, live your trueness.
Yes, definitely.
Just keep
Definitely.
being you and living your best life.
Yes.
You know, while
Yes.
we are here. You know, and we're gonna leave this out tonight with this. Continue to love you.
Mm-hmm.
Love you first. The others will follow. So that's what I'm going to say to you tonight. I'm going to leave you with that and think about that. But next week, we're going to talk about suicide, suicidal thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's still on my mind to talk about. It's really real.
Yeah.
It's always been real. So we're going to talk about that. So we're going to talk about next week suicidal thoughts. You know, if you are going through it, or you know someone who is going through it, don't hesitate to call in next week. 302-312-3534. I am your host, Abosas Rochester, and I'm here with my co-host,
Raphael Jones.
and you guys continue to be safe. So peace out.
Love you.
I'm up against the fight of my life. I'm so afraid to sleep at night. You won't get away. It's time for me to let it out. I refuse to run and hide.